there's a major issue regarding certain people from foreign countries who come to Canada, who came with workers visa, and they only do part-time work, and when the time period ends regarding that is when you are supposed to get back on the plane and head back to the country that you came from. But unfortunately, there are people who do not abide by the law, typically Indian people who come to Canada and on a worker's visa, and they take part-time jobs while studying in college and universities across Canada, if accepted. So they'll be working at Tim Hortons, Subway, Firehouse, Burger King, McDonald, you name it. There are more Indian and South Asians who work in these fast food places and while studying abroad. And unfortunately, they keep breaking the rules, trying to overstay their workers' visa status, which you need to obey the rules in Canada. Uh, these people who are from India and South Asian countries who don't want to obey the law of the country that they are going to be studying in and working in. Just because you are studying and working in temporarily, so this is part time, not full time, you are not a permanent resident, you are not a Canadian citizen, you must go back to India or China or Thailand and any other South Asian country. And what we see over in Brampton, Ontario, which is the just northwest of Etobicoke, part of Toronto, which is the western part of Toronto. That's where all of trouble happens, and where Tory Lanez is from, but that's another story. There have been protests by these Indian workers visa people who are studying in an Ontario college universities. They're trying to do these protests that they should stay as to work, but if they actually wanted to stay as a Canadian citizen, they should have they should sign up for being a permanent resident or a Canadian citizen uh, by getting the Canadian citizenship. Otherwise, go back to Asia because they're trying to make Canada new India instead of being an Indian Canadian citizen instead. And unfortunately, there are Indian born people who came to Canada legally. They have a permanent residence card or Canadian citizenship, and there are Canadian-born Indians. I'm not talking about indigenous people. I'm talking about India. They just hate it when these people from the motherland. They just come to the country and then they just ruin it for everyone. You can't just go to a country and expect that country to abide by the country you're from, abide by what the rules you're supposed to used to. But this is Canada. You have to abide by Canada's bylaws, provincial laws, and federal laws. Because deportation, yes, that student visas have been and worker visas have been refused. Which over 70% being from India and 24 from China. You see how bad that is? And India and China are the two biggest populated countries in the world. So, if you're going to be like a immigrant, you gotta follow the rules, study, so you get citizenship. Otherwise, you can get a permanent residence card if you know enough. but only people who are foreign resident and Canadian citizenship, you can only get that right to get any rights. There have been incidents like what happened regarding Diwali. They were popping fireworks up till 3 a.m. And people they have to go to work in the morning. Some people take the night shift. Some people start work at 6 a.m. to celebrate your religious event as you wish, but you cannot do it like noisy. You cannot disturb anyone, and especially don't litter because over in Tobicoke, which is north of Mississauga, and there was a whole bunch of Indian people littering. There was a photo of Canadian citizen, legal, and she's tired of people like Indians who don't want to abide by the law who reside in Canada. And I know that may sound offensive, but not trying to be rude, but there are Indian Canadians who don't want this. They abide by the law, they follow the rules. Because if we have to share something like this, you chose Canada, so learn the culture. The country doesn't own anyone or rewritten the rule book. Immigrating to Canada means embracing its values, not expecting the country to adjust for yours. And yes, over in Toronto, yeah, Chinatown is everywhere, in every single district. Etobicoke, Scarborough, downtown, East York, Yorkville, North York. Yes, we do have like some Koreatown. We have Koreatown North too, which is right next. We share it with Chinatown North with an Arabic people also being in some parts. there's also Italy. There's Greek town. There's also a neighborhood for Japan. I don't think we have one for India. But we do have a lot of Indian people here who came legally. So any common tourist places from provincial parks to the CN Tower to Niagara Falls, any famous spots in any of the 10 provinces. Yeah, you will see English, French, Chinese, Japanese, Arabic, and they did have Indian. They used to have some Korean, but China and Chinese and Indian people overtook. And I have met Indian people. They're very nice and hardworking people. I went to college having some classmates, nice ladies, legal citizens. They abide by the law. They're very friendly and every time there was like a group assignment, yeah, I would love to work with them because the others didn't just work hard enough. And since we're both from the motherland, you know, but I have also met them not so nice. There are some Indians who Canadians they don't abide by how fast you can go on roads. Yeah, not just the floors. Yeah, when my mom was driving in downtown Toronto, yeah, I was in the passenger seat. Yeah, well, yeah, we got checked. And then these two Indians, yeah, no, all they did was yell. Yeah, they were driving over the speed limit, which in the downtown area, yeah, you have to drive in 40 kilometers per hour. But especially in like when it's dark or it's rainy, it's snowstorm, blizzard, and especially downtown, they swapped out oh, one southbound lane and northbound lane, and they put a bicycle lane, so that it make it even harder for anyone who's driving. So just trying to push. Take the subway, take the streetcar, take the bus. While some people are just trying to act like what happened, what we do in our home country, we can do it now in Canada, versus those who they immigrated over and well, Canada is a multicultural, multi-ethnic country made up of indigenous people, the the Brits, the French, the Spaniards, Germans, Irish, Scottish, Chinese, and and then the list goes on. It's a melting pot, and everybody have their own culture. Yes, we accept Muslims. If you're LGBT, yeah, you can celebrate it. You know, without getting attacked. You, if you're indigenous, you can celebrate your traditions without getting attacked. If you're Muslim, you won't, yeah, you won't be attacked. As long as everyone abides by the Canadian laws, written bylaws, provincial laws, and federal laws. If you cannot accept any of that, yeah, you'll have to go to a different country. If you just want to be a citizen, you should have signed up not for student visa, but for Canadian citizenship, which you should study online, or the handbook that can be that is also online. You can download on a PDF. They have it. Yeah, just look at the PDF and you study and for months and then you take the test and then you can become a citizen. You have 3 attempts. If you don't get past the third attempt, a representative they'll talk to you and then they'll accept you or maybe denied. Review the Canadian Charter Rights and Freedoms signed by Pierre Trudeau and the late Queen Elizabeth II. It shows that every single rule that every rights that you have, if you cannot abide by that, you cannot stay in that. And this is no say any little rule, just like what's happening over in the states of USA. You abide by the rules, or else you're out. And absolutely no cheating the rules. And we did have a report a 17-year-old Canadian girl in Picton. She was forced to marry an Indian she didn't even know and was a part-time worker on a working visa and the Indian woman who was the manager of the Picton Tim Hortons branch who tried to force the girl to do that, saying I'll give you $20,000 in a bribe, and then the girl hit up her uncle and aunt. And now, and they weren't too happy about that, and they reported to the Ontario Provincial Police, and the Indian man and the Indian woman. They were both fired, sent to Brampton, and then they got deported back to India. They just tried to do that just so that the Indian man could get a permanent residence That's patent. No, that is like stalking and no, trying to marry someone underage. And the worst of all, there were customers and Tim Hortons workers at that branch who were laughing at that 17-year-old girl. They should also be shouldn't. I'll be fired if they're going to encourage something that disgusting. Because forced marriage is not allowed in Canada. That is the rule of law. If we're going to try to kill someone, if we're trying to force marriage, and there's all of the other rules. Yeah, that if you try to do that, you're not allowed. You're going to get arrested. You wouldn't want someone to go immigrate to your country and try to play by their rules instead of the country rules that you live in, which is a common thing that the USA seems to like. So if you're going to try to be a legal Canadian citizen, you must either A, be abide by all the Canadian rules under the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and B, have a citizenship. Canadian citizenship card or permanent residence card. You cannot cheat your way into getting citizenship. You must work for it. This is why some countries that have a serious immigration law